So I'm starting with the dog in front of me. I'm going to pretend that there's a face of a clock in front of me. I'm going to start with a counterclockwise spin, and I'm going to use a verbal marker instead of a clicker. My verbal marker is a mouth click. So I'm going to use my prompting hand on the right. I've got my treats in the left. So first I have to get my dog standing. And I'm going to use my prompting hand and click or mark any movement in my desired direction. Puppy. And then I reinforce. Click any movement and reinforce with the left hand. So I'm going to prompt with the right hand, reinforce with the left. Prompt with the right, reinforce with the left. And notice how I'm extending the behavior with the placement of my reinforcement. So initially I am clicking over here at what would be 3 o'clock, but I'm not delivering the reinforcement till 9 or 10 o'clock over there with my left hand. So let's watch that. Click, mark there, deliver the reinforcement over here. So I got more steps that way. Yes, good. So now I'm going to, we've done this a few times, I'm going to delay my click. Initially I was clicking at 3 o'clock. I'm going to see if I can get a verbal marker at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock, maybe even 12 o'clock. And I brought him around a little bit more for the reinforcement. So let's see that again. Mark here, reinforce here with the left hand. Follow the right hand. Mark and reinforce with the left hand. So we've done this a few times. He's got the hang of it. So what I'm going to do now is ask for a little more behavior. Instead of just one time around, I'm going to go for 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So I clicked here, I'm reinforcing here. I'm going to go for 1 1/2 this time. 1 1/2. Click and reinforce. The opposite direction, if I were going clockwise, I would have the reinforcement in my right hand, and I'm going to use my left hand as my prompting hand. Ready? Click there, reinforce here. Follow my left hand, no treats, mark, and reinforce over here. So I'm extending the behavior with my placement of reinforcement. Now I'm going to go for a little bit more than 1. 1 1/4. Yes. And I reinforced over here. Ready? 1 2. Yes. Very good. Occasionally, a dog, good boy, will get stuck. And let's see if he'll get stuck. They don't like you looming over them or reaching into their space over them, and they'll just bend around. So if you can get them moving, that's really helpful. So if I had a dog who was stuck, I'm trying to spin, and he's not moving, he's not looking at me, he's not doing anything, the first thing I want to do is get him up. So I'm going to get him standing by backing up and prompting him towards me. And while he's moving, I'm going to use my prompting hand. Good boy, come on, puppy. And then I'll come right over with my other hand and reinforce that. Let's try that again. Back up a little bit, puppy, puppy. Turn to the side and bring that reinforcement in. So once he gets the habit of what I want, then I can extend that behavior a little bit by moving my reinforcement farther out. And again, sometimes they'll get stuck there and they'll just bend for you. If they get stuck, get them moving. If you're really stuck, you can get an object and have your dog follow your hand around that. If they're really having difficulty, some dogs are very bendy and stretchy and they'll just bend and not take any steps. So you can use your prompting hand and lead them around an object. until you don't need an object at all.